Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. My name is FitzgeraldStephens. Hope you guys are having a very, very good day. Today you work for, today you plan for, and the day you're actively pursuing. Want to give out a shout out to the new subscribers and the currently the subscribers that's already listening right now. Big appreciation of that. Hopefully, you guys gonna get don't will not get tired of me saying thank you. I so very much appreciate you and I ask you guys to continue to support the channel and new people, just go ahead and hit the like button. And hopefully, we're going to get some insights to you to help you find ways to win in your life for the betterment. I want to talk to you guys on the subject line of turn your light on, the power of your imagination. Turn your light on, the power of your imaginations. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a clear vision of where you're going? Do you have a clear roadmap of who you want to be and possibly when you want to be that? That belongs in your through the power of your imagination. Your imaginations are sort of like your spiritual eyes, not sort of like they are your spiritual eyes. The spirit perceives the natural, so what you can see in the spirit, generally you can pull in the natural. And what you want to do is get such a clear vision of such a clear direction of where you're going. It's almost like it's almost like you're living in it right now. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can smell it, you can it's almost like you can that you're actually living in it right now. That is a God-given gift called imagination. Being able to see the invisible, being able to pull the invisible into the physical. The imagination is so important that in the sub that it, which is tied to the subconscious, it's so important that it can literally create what you see. Don't worry about the building blocks and the materials and how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Your subconscious mind, your imaginations is at work even when you're sleeping. A great many authors have written about this subject, and a great many people who have developed positive affirmations, being able to speak over yourself and being able to hear your own words going into your spirit, being able to help you create that picture. It's so very important. You have to get around things around situations, around people that are going to help foster your imagination, focus your imagination. So you're trying to get somewhere. Imagination is the first key building block of that. Without imagination, nothing is going to happen. What you're trying to do is, how can I sharpen this? How can I get a vision? Okay, first of all, you got to get an unction of something that you want, some place that you want to go, some position you want to be in, some lifestyle you want to live, and then you have to be able to pull that down and be able to meditate on that and mull over that and sharpen that and bring it into focus. And then the building materials is actually going to show up to bring that into pass. No, in your imagination, you can be whatever, you can be whoever you want to be. You can achieve anything. There is no limits. There is in imagination. There is no such word as impossible or probable or perhaps it can get done or I hope so. All that goes out the way in the presence of your imagination. Your imagination can also be likened to your dream world, which is another huge component of bringing imaginations to pass. Sometimes you can focus on something and so hard and you can focus on it for so long and get such a clear vision of it. It actually starts showing up in your dreams, the how to, and you'll be able to sometimes get the very concept of the solution of what you're seeing through a dreams. Now this is a little simple, but it's not so simple. And so your dreams have meaning. They are not to be discounted. Now, some dreams are going to disturb you. Other dreams are going to bring you harmony. Other dreams are going to be clear and bring you peace. Those are the ones I'm talking about. As well as it goes along with imagination. Now, There's a song that I used to listen to back in the 80s, when a big music fan still am. There was a song by an artist named Peter Gabriel. It's called Mercy Street. And one of the lyrics that he had in the song, all of the buildings and all of the cars were once just a dream in somebody's head. And that is absolutely true. True back in the 80s, true back around 8,000, 80,000 years ago. Imagination is the building block, that brings everything to pass that you want. Yes, we could talk about goals. Yes, we could talk about positive actions and getting out and putting in the work. Yes, we could talk about having faith. Yes, we could talk about having perseverance and having consistency in what you do. But all those sit on the foundation of imagination. You got to be able to see something before you can actually go after it. If you're going to build a building and you decide to contract someone to bring your vision to pass, first thing they're going to ask you for is, where's the blueprint? Where are we trying to go? If you're trying to get a loan from someone to help finance your project, first thing they want to know is where is your business plan? And we want to actually see something. Well, that has to come through careful thinking, through careful visualizing, critical thinking, analytical thinking, question thinking, that you have to be able to present something where someone can see. And that is the key component. It's what someone can see. Because if you can't see it, you can't be it. If you can't see it, you have no chance of bringing it into fruition. You have no chance of bringing that into being. Your imagination sees the invisible, makes it invisible. You can apply it to anything that you want. Whatever achievement you're trying to do, whatever your goal you're trying to do. Now, of course, there's exception. You can actually see yourself with someone or someone, especially in the realm of people, that goes against their will. I mean, they have to see themselves with you, and you have to see themselves with them. They got to want to be with you. Your imagination just can't make that come to pass. Free will is involved. But I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about bringing them goals into your life that you have seen already. You already saw yourself maybe sitting in at the head of the table, being the CEO, running a very prosperous company, having your body in peak optimal performance, like what you want to do, traveling around the world in your own plane, having thousands of people, even millions of people purchase your items and your products, having a YouTube channel, that has millions and tens of millions of subscribers, and each clicking on your products, clicking likes, and getting paid heftily by advertisers who want to advertise on your channel. You got to see this. You got to see it, and then you got to be able to take action steps in order to get there. But first, you have to see it. If you can't see it, you won't be it. Now, the world has changed. The world has changed, and the world is changing right now. New ideas and new revelations and new ways of thinking and new viewpoints and new visions are sorely needed. You can't keep running the same way you ran before. The day the currency is thought and imagination, being able to bring new great ideas to the marketplace, new ways of doing, new ways of being, how to connect people better, how to make better distribution centers, how to galvanize people into a technology that has not even been discovered yet. Perhaps that person is you. Perhaps that person is something within your imagination, and only you can bring that to pass. You gotta get around vehicles that accelerate your imagination. That could be as simply as talking to a specific person or a specific group of people who help foster your imagination, reading certain books, looking at certain films, listening to certain music. All these things help develop your imagination. And yes, your imagination has to be developed. Your imagination has to be developed, just like you try to develop your body. you try to develop a talent that you have and hone it into razor sharp and peak perfection. Your imagination is first of all developed by primarily what you focus on, what you see. Good stuff in your mind, good stuff in your mind, good stuff out of your mind. Subsequently, the others. So, bad stuff in your mind, bad stuff out of your mind. Be very careful with the conversations you have, especially with yourself. Be very, very careful that for the things that you allow your eyes to lock on. Is it counterproductive to where you're trying to go? Is it counterproductive to the vision that you already have? Then you must dismiss it. You must disassociate from it, and you must leave it or leave them and never look back. You're trying to get somewhere, and you can only go where your imagination takes you. No, you can only go where your imagination takes you, or you're going to go where someone else's imagination is going to take you. No, the choice is yours. God has given us this gift, and God has given us this gift that we can create. He creates by speaking, thus we can create by speaking. But we also have to see it. Everything, what you see, you speak, and you can create, provided you have the perseverance, provided you have the courage, and provided you have the willingness to go out there and keep working with it. You want to see yourself have what will happen, making millions of dollars and having a network marketing group that generates that for you, where you can live on a white sand beaches of the world to go anywhere you want, but you don't have to have a traditional job. You can do it. You want to see yourself actually working from home and making more in a week that you used to make in a month. Working for someone else and driving up the road and wearing your body out and being tired and overstressed. Well, if you can create something that pulls you away from that. See, the imagination is what calls the resources. Imagination are the divine building blocks that causes things to happen in your life, provided you believe that, provided you're willing to work for that. But don't focus so much on the how. If you have a vivid imagination, one of the things you have to divorce yourself is how is this going to pass. The how it's going to come to pass is not none of your business. The image the image are the building blocks of what you're trying to create. The stronger the image, the stronger it's going to pull stuff to you to create what you saw. Don't ask me to fully explain that, but I know it's a fact, and one of the ways I've known this, and many of you have experienced this. How many times have we actually thought about someone and focused on someone, and only to get a phone call for them, only to get a text for them, only to probably run into them at a venue saying, "Do you think that's coincidence?" How many times, I remember when I when I purchased my first home, and before I purchased it, I started looking at pictures of it. I had a clear image of how I want to be built, and I kept staring at pictures, and I molded over and I spoke, and I told my then wife, hey, this is where I want to go. I showed it to her, and but I focused on it. 2 years later, we were walking in that house that I had built from the ground up. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it just is that powerful. As imagination brought you the item that you had a vision of, so will imagination keep the item that you have a vision of. Let me explain. If you walked in that and you're grateful and now you're living in it, you have to imagine that still being maintained. You have to imagine that being expanded, or you're going to retract. This is absolutely true. We hear people, we hear the saying, "Don't let anyone ever steal your dream." What are they talking about? What are they talking about? When they use the word dream, what do they mean? Dream, ladies and gentlemen, is synonymous with vision. Don't let anyone steal your vision, because if someone can steal your vision, they can steal what your vision has brought into pass. No, it's something. These concepts are quite simple, but you have to think on them. You have to mold them over in your mind. And many of us are walking in this. Constantly throughout our lives. We're either walking in good imagination or bad imagination. And one can tell the type of imagination you're walking in by the words that you speak. By the words that you speak. Words have power. They are energy. They create things. That's where therefore you can't be careless with your words. Are you around someone always talking about like a winner? Their conversation is going to be different. There's someone who's talking like a loser. Their thinking is going to be different. Their words are literally creating the image of what they're saying. So are you around someone say, "Oh God, it's Monday," or "I got to get up and go to work," or you one of those guys say, "Wow, it's Monday, I got to get up to go to work." It's the same words, but there's a different vision created primarily by my tone that I use the word. You can do that too. You don't have to speak curses and dooms over your life. You can speak blessings over your life, and that can paint a vital image of what you're trying to do, who you're trying to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to develop this. We have to foster that. We have to really, really, really get very, very serious about the imagination that has been given to us. We got to be serious about how we develop that. You develop it primarily with words, speaking what you want. But the affirmations of who you are positively, not your present conditions, where you're going, painting the vision within your spirit, allowing that spirit to go out there and garner the very building blocks and materials that you need to make it come to pass. It really is that simple. No, we're not negating work. No, we're not negating you just sitting under a palm tree and chanting all day. No, I'm saying you got to get out there to work, but I'm saying your vision can come to pass provided you get out your own way. No, you have got to learn how to get out your own way, and you have to have wisdom as well as understanding. Once the answer to your the answers or the formulation of your imagination starts to happen, how to cooperate with it. No, how to cooperate. What's the next step? What do I do now? What do I flow and go, or do I stop and reflect? What do I do? What you have to develop concepts of timing, knowing what to do, when to do it. The right timing. I had this manager when I used to sell when I was in the selling arena, and he taught me a very, very important lesson. And he said, you know what? Really, selling comes down to two things: timing and words. Timing and words. Okay, and your imagination comes down to the same thing: timing, knowing when the right time to visualize and focus and to get your spirit and soul and body in harmony. Words, knowing what the right words to speak to yourself in order to make that happen. And you can't live the life you dream. You can't live the life you imagine. All the great inventions, all the great achievements that man has achieved from since he was created up until now has been part because of his imaginations. He saw something. She saw something. And they got such a vivid image of it, that it was able to be pulled out the physical into the realm. And many of us are enjoying those successes right now. Many of us are living in things and doing things what critics says from the times of old, or that were impossible. Impossible? Your imagination doesn't recognize that word. Your imagination simply dismisses that word, because your imagination believes anything is possible to those who believe. Anything is possible. And I want to leave you guys with that. Anything is possible in your life to create. What you imagine, you can be. What you see, you can be. It's now you gotta also border that with borders. Okay, now I have many things that I have some things that I have imagined, but I didn't yet have the skills to bring that to pass. Now, for example, I love aviation. I love airplanes and stuff. But I can imagine being a pilot, but I haven't taken the necessary steps to go to go to flight school or train to be like that. And so my imagination can't just like poof impart that talent into me, and then all of a sudden I can pilot the plane. So I can't do that. I have to prepare myself. But if it's something I'm capable of doing, if I want to create an vision, even in the area that I don't know of, my imagination can actually bring the blueprint to me, and you can astonish people by what you can do. The clearer the picture, the stronger and the shorter the manifestation for that can be. So we like to thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you guys so much. If you can see it, you can be it. If you can see it, you can be it. Therefore, you must protect your vision. Never allow anyone or anything to obscure your vision. Problems, people's setbacks is all part of the process. You must protect your vision as if you would your only child being a newborn. You must protect it because it can easily be snuffed down and killed, especially in its infancy stage. You must guard it. You must speak over it. You must nourish it. You must believe it. You must feed it. And only then do you have a possibility of bringing that to pass, what you have sought. Ladies and gentlemen, until the next time, thank you for joining us here at Find Ways to Win. We appreciate you so much. Once again, I ask you to hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that notification button when I come on. We'll greatly appreciate your support. You guys have an awesome day. Until next time, do enjoy it. Bye-bye.